Hello everyone, here is my new series of junk journals that are, I think half of them are in the shop. The other ones aren't in the shop yet, the Etsy shop. But I thought I would do a flip through so you could see. They're all similar but different, similar recipe but different papers inside each one. So we will start with this guy. This is Darwin's The Origin of Species. It's got a faint, pretty embossed emblem on the front there. This has got, the closure has plenty of room to add extra papers. You can see that I've given you plenty of room to really make this a good and chunky journal. Elastic closure. This was a natural tear in the cover, and I decided actually, instead of trying to hide it, I actually emphasized it with a little bit of walnut ink. I don't know, I like it. I really like grunge, age, and patina, so I highlighted that on purpose. Eco printed paper on the inside. Oh, and the size of this journal. I should get a half-size paper so I could show you, but it's about 4 1/4 by 7 inches. This is blueprint paper, vellum, page out of a mushroom ID book, nautical charts, more mushroom ID, ledger papers, tea-dyed papers, brown paper. This is a suminagashi, which is Japanese marbling, tea-dyed, eco-printed Japanese text, nautical charts, more beautiful suminagashi, brown paper, graph papers. So lots of room for journaling, art journaling. Beautiful vintage one. Okay, next. Next is this pretty, almost like a Dijon color, pale orange thread. This was a, I can't remember what this means, but it was the book the gentleman I got the book from was a World War II aviation history buff, so it probably has something to do with the war. This is a little kind of a book plate I affixed to the front. You can leave it plain or add your own detail to the front. And this one measures about 4 3/4 by, let's say, 7.5 inches high. This is a copy of an eco print, dyed papers, vintage ledger paper, and I think this was someone who collected canceled postage from different post offices in their region, and that is in fountain pen. Lightly stenciled dyed paper, ledger papers, onion skin, suminagashi, complete, May 15, 1946. Cool. Next, signature lined paper with suminagashi, some more onion skin, tea-dyed papers. There's another scan of an eco print. Tea-dyed papers. the other side of that. The other side of the Suminagashi paper. There's a nautical chart. This one was complete May 5th, 1946. Pretty cool. This is a boat building blueprint. Dyed vellum. Stenciled dyed paper. Another stenciled dyed paper. Brown paper. Another copy of an eco print. Nice streaky blue grungy paper. Back side of that one. And there we are, that guy. Next is one of my favorites. I love this one, not only just because of the cover, the color. I love the color. But it's a field guide to rocks and minerals, and it has a ruler on the back. I just think that is really cool. And that being said, the size of this one is about 4.5 by about 7.5, 7.75 maybe. So the inside of this one, I managed to keep the original end papers. And I think that's pretty neat. And this one, I kept the papers, oh, I don't know, slightly more scientific, I guess. A little more graph papers. Beautiful blue stencil paper, graph paper, blueprints. These blueprints came from a local library. Graph, ledger. This tracing paper, I believe. Onion skin. That vintage graph paper. Nice big signatures. 1954. That came out of a logbook, which I have more of in here somewhere. There's first signature. More ledger. Some Suminagashi ledger paper. Graph. That was a burlap texture dyed. More boat building blueprints. I think that's the drawing paper. That feels like a stationery. Third signature, this is a stencil, dyed stenciled paper. Some vellum. Lined, dyed, lined. More blueprint. There's a copy of the logbook. That was from a tugboat logbook. There it is. Pilot House logbook. I'm really pleased with how that one turned out. Love the papers, the colors, and that ruler is pretty awesome. And next. And I love this one. I don't know, maybe because it is especially stained and worn, I really just love the patina and also the beautiful like arts and crafts style design and text on there is really indicative of that time period, probably 40s perhaps, almost William Morris inspired. Botany all year round. On the front and back, I added some tree ID line drawings. And this is an eco print, some vellum, nautical chart. This is actually a very unusual nautical chart. It was a misprint, and it's printed front and back the wrong direction. It's kind of interesting. Tea-dyed Suminagashi. Some brown paper, some bubble dyed. ID guide pages. I love that smudgy tea stain. Next signature. These are reproduction vintage nautical charts from the South Pacific. Eco print. This is a rust and coffee dyed. Feels not quite watercolor paper, but a cardstock. Stenciled and dyed. And the third signature. This is Suminagashi on an old vintage dictionary page. More bubble dyed. Good grungy dye in there. More of the rust printed. That nautical chart again. Stenciled. This vellum, when tea dyed, the pieces stick together, and when you pull it apart, it leaves that dendritic pattern. It looks almost like a fern. And there you go. And then there is the Botany one. And I finished that with the black wax thread. And I don't have the page count on these, so you'll have to find that in the Etsy listings. And next. So honestly, this is my favorite. I absolutely love this, and I haven't decided if I'm actually going to put it up for sale yet. But anyway, I wanted to share it. I love the colors. One of my favorite colors. The pattern on there is just gorgeous. And I love it with the corners. Beautiful. Okay. The front and back papers are Suminagashi vintage dictionary pages. This is dyed onion skin. Dyed vellum that has a beautiful wave pattern on it. Dyed lined paper, blue construction paper. These are all actually edges of nautical charts. They were scraps that I dyed, and they really took the dye well. I love that little bubbly edge on there. Next signature, grungy blue, parts of the nautical chart. This is vellum, notebook paper. It's actually a burlap texture on top of a dyed paper. More of that onion skin. Or airmail paper. Next signature. This is part of a nautical chart. North America 1927 data. More onion skin, graph paper, and the final signature. Nice grungy gray graph paper, nautical chart. This is such a nice heavy paper. Dyed paper, graph paper, nautical chart. A little pretty piece of that vellum. Somebody had actually charted through those waters. And there we are. Plenty of room for expansion and lots of journaling to go. So I hope you enjoyed the flip throughs, even after these journals are gone, just to kind of get an idea of all the possibilities of what you can do with filling old book covers with really cool pages. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.